What's going on, you worthless Weeping Bell? Amazing rare Reshiram. I mean, amazing rare Pokemon in general have kind of been not super amazing. Raikou has had its moments of being a good meme deck. And then, of course, Amazing Rare Jirachi is more of a engine card than an actual attacker. But today, I'm going to show you guys how Amazing Rare Reshiram is actually playable and maybe can even be a contender as like a meta deck. So Amazing Rare Reshiram 120 HP as the Amazing Blaze attack for 270, and then for Fire Lightning Dark 270, it does 60 to itself. Now the 60 to itself actually ended up being a bigger drawback than I thought it would be. Can make some pretty awkward scenarios, but if you're able to consistently set this thing up, doing 270 damage, you're one hit KOing most VSTAR Pokemon. When you put the choice belt on it, you're doing 300 damage, and then you're only 20 damage, about 20 damage short from KOing most VMAX Pokemon. I'll show you how we fix that when we get into the list. And looking at the Pokemon, I do have 3 of the Reshiram, of course, 270 damage. And then moving over to our other attackers, we got one Moltres in here, which is a nice 2-hit KO Pokemon, or just kind of 1-hit KO small things like Bidoofs and stuff. If you don't want to commit a Reshiram, like a 3 energy attacker, to taking a knockout on something like a Bidoof, you can use the Moltres. The Moltres just 1 fire energy, boom, Moltres swing. And you do have to get damage counters on the Moltres. We do play Magma Basin. We'll take a look at the trainers in just a second. The other attacker, which has been an amazing inclusion so far, has been the Regieleki. Now, it does snipe the bench for 42 bench Pokemon for Lightning Colors and 122 the active. And I know, Manaphy is in the format, but like nobody plays that card at all. There's like really no reason to. Urshifu is still scared of Mew, and Jolteon is scared of Manaphy that no one's playing, but they might be playing it, so don't play Jolteon. Anyways, Regieleki 120, 42 bench Pokemon. So you know how I was saying, like, we're doing 270 with Reshiram, 300 with the choice belt, so we're not quite getting 1-hit KOs on VMAXs. Well, Regieleki, either we can start off with Regieleki and actually set up those 40s before those VMAXs even come to the active to attack, and then we can kind of blow them up with the Amazing Blaze from the Reshiram, or we can clean up knockouts with the Terra Spark. And then the last card that I play in here that I have yet to use, and I might be cutting it to be honest, but the idea behind it is really, really cool, is we have the Medicham V with the Yoga Loop. That's right. So we can hit, let's just say, a Mew VMAX for 300 damage. And even if it's in the active still, they don't even retreat it, so we could hit it with literally anything else. Instead, we could Yoga Loop it, so then it gets knocked out, and then we get to take another turn, meaning we all of a sudden, no matter what they send up, we could hit it for like something for like another 300 damage with the Amazing Blaze. So really cute idea. I have yet to utilize it, so I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it in here. The deck has been running pretty smoothly without it. None of my games have really been that close. Either I draw a little bit awkwardly in the opening and I'm too far behind to even attempt the Medicham Yoga Loop, or I get so far ahead because I'm doing 300 damage and taking 2 prize cards for every 1 Reshiram that they KO that I don't need that extra turn to close out games. And to be honest, there's actually just really not a lot of VMAX Pokemon being played right now. It's a lot of Arceus. There's Mew, of course, but I found in that matchup, we get like the early Regieleki off to KO like their Meloetta maybe, then set up the Terra Spark pings on the Mews, and then the Reshiram just kind of comes through and does 300 damage to the Mews and just cleans them up. So you don't really have time to use the Medicham, but I mean, I'm sure it would have its moment if you play it long enough, but definitely not been a consistent factor. For the energies, we have 2 basic fires, 3 lightnings, and 4 dark. Dark is a big deal because we have to manually attach those from the hand to the Reshirams. The lightning, we play 3 of those because we do play 2 Regieleki, and it's a pretty important attacker pretty consistently, so we want to make sure we don't prize one of those. We only play 2 fire energy, and now we only play 9 energy total, but we get over to the trainer cards, and we do play 4 energy search. So we do have the Mews. I didn't mention the Mews. We do have the Mews with the Mysterious Tail in here, kind of our consistent engine or whatever. They knock out a 1 prize, or we send up the Mew, we get a free trainer card. So we have 4 energy search in here that helps us find the specific energies we're looking for turn to turn, depending on the situation. And that really helps the deck flow super well, to be honest. The 4 energy search, because there's a lot of different energy we need for different situations. But yeah, it's pretty easy to pull out like one of our 2 fires, get it in the discard pile through a quick ball or an ultra ball or a research, get it in the discard pile, and then we just Magma Basin it back constantly, because either they KO my Reshiram and then we get to be able to Magma Basin it to a new Reshiram, or they don't KO my Reshiram and then I get to attack with Reshiram again, so I'm usually fine with that. But yeah, we do have 4 Magma Basin in here to accelerate our fire energy. That's how we utilize Moltres, of course. Stuff like that. But yeah, the energy searches, yeah, insane. 4 of them. Play 4. 3 choice belts so we can get to that 300 damage on our Reshiram, and then 4 Professor Reacher. 4 Cynthia's Ambition. I'm pretty convinced on this, to be honest. It feels a little bit worse in the early game than something like a Marnie usually. Sometimes it's better if we have like that 1 or 2 cards that are like if we have like a Flaffy and a Research, we can Ambition for 3 and then have the Flaffy for the next turn. Marnie's usually better, but as long as we don't find it, as long as we like find a Research on the first turn, or we just like open well enough, then the Cynthia's Ambition being there isn't that bad. But yeah, Research early on is usually better. Cynthia, a little bit better afterwards. 2 bosses orders, of course. It's good to always have some bosses to get your back. 1 ordinary round for some recovery. We do only run like 3 Reshiram and stuff like that, so we can start to run a little bit low on those towards the late game. So it's nice to have the ordinary round to recover them perhaps. Or if our opponent goes really aggressive about chasing down our Flaffies, same thing there. Might need to recover those things. Immediately. 3 air balloons because we gotta be pivoting at 3 Pokegear to help us find our supporters and combos well with Mew. Of course, Mew can find the Pokegear can find the supporter. We're drawing cards and we're happy. And that is the 60. If you guys enjoy the video, as always, be sure to leave a like. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to sub and subscribe and hit the bell. And yeah, let's go ahead. Let's get some games and I'll show you guys how amazing Reshiram really is. All right, here we go. We got the coin flip win, so we will be going first. And just trying to get an energy on, trying to get a Mareep in play and trying to get energy on a, something to attack with. Looks like, ooh, all right, this hand is a little bit, got the Mareep, but we got an energy, but we don't have anything to attach the energy to. And the only draw support in the hand is the Cynthia's Ambition, which to be honest, isn't great in a hand like this where it might be a little difficult to move some of the cards out of it, to be honest. Ooh, and we're up against Dragonpult. Okay, top deck quick ball. This is a game changer for sure. Energy search. Go ahead and grab fire. Okay. And then I'm actually gonna quick ball away a Cynthia's Ambition to grab a Mew. Now this matchup won't be impossible, but I have to imagine it's gonna be pretty tough. I have to imagine it's gonna be pretty tough. We'll see. We'll get a Mew. Come on, Mysterious Tail. Okay, another quick ball. We'll take it. I mean, I might get Marnie next turn, so it makes me want to be pretty aggressive with all my cards, to be honest. Get rid of the boss. Grab the Reshiram. Throw it down. Magma base into it. Yeah, it makes me want to be pretty aggressive with everything overall, to be honest. And yeah, not bad. We have this. Now we have the Cynthia's Ambition. What looked like a pretty, just awkward, very awkward start actually turned out to be okay here. Cynthia's Ambition, of course, not as good as a 1-card hand as a Research would be, but not terrible here. So we can work with it, and we might still be able to get this 1 KO on this Dragonpult on the next turn. They won't be able to knock out our Mew. They just got a bite. Okay, so Research top deck would be pretty sick here. Not gonna lie. Or Pokegear into it, but we'll see what we get. Energy Search is not bad, though. So I'm gonna start with the Ambition here, because we don't know which kind of energy we're gonna want. I don't think that gets us there. Okay. Mysterious Tail. Got a quick ball. But yeah, not quite what we were looking for, I don't think. Gonna go for... We just want to hit this thing really hard next turn. I would like to hit it this turn, to be honest. So we could go Energy Search for the other fire. That's exactly why we have stuff like the Moltres in here. We can actually hit with Moltres this turn, so I think we're going to do that. Yeah, we're going to get this hit off with Moltres here. I could have hit with something else. I think we're going to go with the Moltres here. And yeah, Inferno Wings, just swing, and it's still tough. It's still tough. You gotta take the 20 from the Horror Energy. Tough spot for sure, but the Pokegears probably lead us to some kind of supporter. We got the setup for the 2-hit KO on this. I could have gone with like a Terra Spark as well with a what's it called? Or not a Terra Spark. I think it's at the first attack for 20. Or is it Flaffy that I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about, yeah, Static Shock on the Mareep. I could have attacked with the Mareep. Quick ball off the Drizzile. I think my Mareep might be getting knocked out here. I think they could go get Zigzagoon here and knock out my Mareep. And if they knock out my Mareep, we're in big trouble. If they don't knock out the Mareep, oh, thank goodness, it's a Sobble. If they don't knock out the Mareep, we can actually pull off an attack on the next turn. We do need a lot. We do need a lot, but it is possible. And for some reason, they don't go KO my Mew here. We'll have a pivot to work with. Nope, there goes. Oh, I thought I was like, okay, let it live with 10. No such luck. So we're gonna have to ship the sheep into the active here. And then we're gonna have to hope to get Air Balloon, Flaffy with a Lightning Energy in the discard pile and a Dark Energy. The Pokegears will probably find us a draw supporter, but that's still quite a bit to find, to be honest. But it's possible. It's possible. As long as it's possible, we're gonna go for it. There's the Dark Energy. Okay, there's a research. Okay, I think we're just gonna go for it now. Throw on the Reshi. We can even start to load up the fresh Reshi, to be honest. It hurts to do it, right? Or do I want to go with the damage Reshi? No, I'll go with the fresh one. Hey, research, here we go. Can we get an Ultra Ball and an Air Balloon and a Lightning Energy? Oh my gosh, so close. Not quite, though. Insanely close, though. Insanely close. We'll be able to pull it off on the next turn. Oh, man. So insanely close. Just so insanely close. That is so unfortunate. Okay. Get up on the Lightning Energy and the Regilucky. Get the Flaffy. And then I'm gonna go Magma Basin to this one and then Dynamotor to the other. I was like, oh wait, I was like, let me Dynamotor though, right? Dynamotor to the other. And the Energy Surge can find the energy for either of them on the next turn. They can't KO both. We have that going for us. They can't knock out both of our Reshiram. We can't. Yeah, they can't KO both. We do have that going for us. So we will be able to get the knockout next turn. Pretty much guaranteed in the hand. Unless we get Marnied and whiff. That'd be unfortunate. And then we do have the research as well, so we'll be able to draw some fresh cards. Hopefully something to help us set up for a following attack. There is a boss. Okay, but this does mean that our Flaffy will survive, which is a pretty big deal. To be honest, that's a pretty big deal that our Flaffy will be sticking around. They want the quick shooting Inteleon. They can't KO. They can get pretty close to KOing both, though, to be honest. Both of my Reshiram. Actually, I think I'm going to be KOing myself to just get the knockout here. Man, this is rough. But if they don't get the energy on the next Dragon Ball, who knows when that thing will be attacking? And then we could buy some time there as well. There's the boss. Maybe I should have played a little bit more heavily for the Metacham play. That's possible. That could have been the better route to go with, to be honest. Yeah, they're going to hit this for 5 on my bench. It won't knock it out, but it will be in quick shooting range on the next turn. Or actually even Zigzagoon range if they wanted to. But they won't have another Dragonpult set up, so we got that. Or actually we get knocked out by the Horror Energy. Oh my gosh, even worse. Okay. Once again, still looking rough. Still looking rough. Oh, wait, we have 2 HP remaining. Oh, wait, we knock our... Oh my, it's just bad. It's bad all around. Okay, top deck to the Dark Energy. I can Energy Search out one of the Lightning Energy, so I'll be able to excel this somewhere. So Dark Energy active. I mean, the Choice Belt just doesn't really matter. Play the Research. Oh my gosh, no Pokemon? We got to do something here as far as Pokemon goes. Mew, Reshiram, the Dark Energy. Okay. Ultra Ball away. Air Balloon. I'm going to go with the Research here because we do have a boss left. Okay, and we could boss KO or maybe just hit the Dragonpult on the bench. Gonna Magma Basin. Going to Dynamotor. And then just Amazing Blaze, I guess. Pull the rest of the hand. I like that. We're gonna knock ourselves out. We'll be able to set up our Flaffy for a turn. Can we squeak this one out here at the end? Let's find out. I said they can't attack with Dragonpult next turn. Guaranteed. They could have the Raihan. Play 3 prize cards as well to work with. Pokeball, Ultra Ball, Cynthia's Ambition is nice. That's one thing we're kind of lacking here. Makes me wonder if I should maybe try to include some level balls, to be honest, with how this one was coming down to the end here on this one. Makes me want to like maybe include some level balls to help us just like find our Mew, just find some other Pokemon faster. So if we can find Mews and Mareeps and Flaffies and stuff more consistently, and then the Ultra Balls and the Ultra Balls and Quick Balls can find other things and just help us get more Pokemon to play. But we are up against Dragonpult that knocks like 2 things at once, so that is also going to make things tough. This is definitely not a good matchup, no matter how you cut it, no matter how you piece it together. So there's a research. They don't have the Dragonpult VMAX yet, but if they do get it, I fear we're going to be in pretty big trouble. Wool Jammer to the bench. Okay, that's fine. And then there's a Sobble. So they don't have the VMAX yet. They don't have the VMAX yet. So still looking doable. If we can find the boss. If we can find the boss. And then look to set up... I guess another Reshiram. We just want to set up another Reshiram. So can we find the boss, I think, is the question here. If we get the boss here, we actually have a shot, it feels like. Let's see. Is it in the deck? Is another thing. I don't know if it's in the deck. It is. Okay, this is big. Okay, if we can get this boss. Okay. If not, we're probably cooked. But if we can get this boss, I think we have a pretty good chance here. Inspect the portal fast. I'll need the Cynthia's Ambition on the... Maybe I won't, actually. Random like a sheep. Ultra Ball away. No, I think I would have needed this Cynthia's Ambition, actually, because I need to get another Reshiram here. But we will need to get access to a Dark Energy. This could bite me, actually. This could end up biting me. Okay, let's see if we even get it. Oh my gosh, we got the boss. But I could have thrown here. We'll see. Gotta make sure I gotta make sure I retreat before I boss. Oh my gosh, I almost did it the other way around. I'm so excited to see this boss. So the reason I have to set up a Reshiram over something like a Regilucky is because they could set up just a Dragonpult in the active and just like stall. Like I can't KO that with anything but a Reshiram. So, but now I don't have that Cynthia, so I don't have a Dark Energy. We do have a decent amount of top decks. Like a third of our deck is top decks, or just about. This Reshiram will also get knocked out by Quick Shooting. That's a Regilucky in a choice mode. That is not Dark Energy, so we're living off the top deck here on this next turn. If I had gone the Regilucky, yeah, the problem would be that I can't KO a Dragonpult if it's in the active. The Regilucky is a lot easier to set up than a Reshiram, though, so maybe I should have just gone Regilucky. But then if they just like ship a Dragonpult to the active, we just can't KO it. And they have plenty of Dragonpults left, and I'm sure it's gonna be what they're looking to set up and probably get into their active here. And yeah, we just can't KO that with a Regilucky. So it's like, all right, let's just set up another Reshiram. But I don't know if I should have done that whole Ultra Ball shenanigans the way I did, because I did lose the Cynthia there, which was kind of my out. We got a Pokegear, a Research, and a Cynthia's Ambition left. I think one of those is like, I think they might all be in there. Then we have a Dark Energy and Energy Search. So a little over a third of my deck is out if they're all there. They play at least 2 Tool Jammer. I doubt they play a Tool Scrapper or a third Tool Jammer. So it'd probably be pretty safe to send up the Flaffy, I think. But just in case, I might send up the... How much damage does Flaffy do again? I think we'll send up the Flaffy. I think it's pretty safe. I don't think they have a third Tool Jammer or a Tool Scrapper. I would make a bet. I'd make a bet. I'd make a bet here. See if they have anything, to be honest. They haven't put a Dragonpult down yet. So maybe going the Regilucky would have got me there. And even if they set up the quick shooting, they are weak to lightning. So we would have been able to KO even something like that. Comes a net. And no energy in play. They're just leaving the Goon and the active. Maybe they're just like, if I got it, I got it. Or if they got it, they got it, which is me. But here we go. Here comes the Shady Dealings. What if they have a Tool Scrapper? What if they have a Tool Scrapper on top of their... No, there's no way. There's no way. All right, the Fall Crystal's coming out. So that means the Dragonpult is coming out. This might come back to bite me by not keeping that Cynthia's Ambition, to be honest. We'll see. Shooting is back down. They have to attack with the Dragonpult to actually get the win on the next turn, though. At least with a... I forget what it's called. Bite, and then there's... Not this one, but the... What is it called? Shred. Shred for 60. There's the switch. Okay, so they would have got the Dragonpult in the active, it looks like. There's a research. I wish it was a Marnie. So it is coming down to our top deck here. Unless our opponent whiffs the attack, whiffs the shred on their next turn. But even just a Jet Assault would probably have to make them KO pretty much anything, I think, here. Maybe the Reshiram would survive a hit. Let's see what this top deck is. If it's an Air Balloon, if I have an Air Balloon left. Do not. So we can maybe set up the Regilucky. That would survive like a shred plus a couple quick shootings. I think it's literally just this top deck here. Can we get a Dark Energy? Like I said, we have a decent amount of outs. I do feel like we have a decent amount of outs here, actually. Here comes the bite. What is the top deck going to be? It is... No, the Mew. That is not going to cut it. I forget what they got off that Evolution Incense, to be honest. If it was a second quick shooting, they can kind of KO. They might not be able to KO the Reshiram. I guess that's what I have to go for here. I'll Dynamotor quickly before I do it. Oh, so close. Definitely a tough matchup. We were almost able to put it together. But we are Dark Energy short at the end of the day. It happens. Let's see if my opponent has it. They don't need very much. Like I said, a boss here. Second quick shooting. I mean, that energy plus a VMAX will also cut it. Yeah. A lot of ways to win. Here comes the quick shooting onto the Flaffy. Or quick shooting. Wait, now, is that a quick shooting, Teleon? It is. So unless they misclick the quick shooting, they have this one. All right. I'll go ahead and give it to them on this one. All right, guys. Take the L here. But let's go ahead and let's see if we can't put a dub together in the next one. Here we go. Got the... I guess we'll open the Regilucky here. Yeah, the retreat cost on the Reshiram is too much to open with it. So we're going to open the Lucky. Got a Quick Ball, got a Pokegear, got an Energy Surge. So we have a pretty good opening hand, to be honest. As long as that Pokegear finds a Research. Cynthia's would be okay, but I think Research is definitely what we're after here. Doof, Guru, probably some kind of Arceus deck, probably Arceus B-Barrel if I had to guess. I think it's a pretty safe guess here. That it's Arceus B-Barrel. Let's see if they get that turn 1 Arceus. It's hard to whiff the turn 1 Arceus, to be honest. Usually playing 4 of those, 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Quick Ball, but they're Wisdoming off the rip here. That definitely could mean they don't got it. Let's see. Yeah, opening with the Wisdom is always a good sign for us, I guess. Not a good sign for my opponent. I'm debating how I want to play out my hand, to be honest. We do want to get some energy in the discard pile through the Energy Search, but I also just want to like attach to the Reshiram. But I might just try and discard like a Fire or a Lightning Energy. I'm not too sure. We'll see. Let's see what my top deck is. Maybe it'll be an energy, and that'll help us decide a little bit more easily. Okay, they did whiff. All right, that's pretty big. The Sheep top deck is very nice. I guess I should maybe go for... We'll see what the Pokegear hits, because if I doesn't, I want to get... Maybe I should just go for a Mew, to be honest. Yeah, maybe we just will go for a Mew no matter what here. Another Mareep's in there. I'll take a quick look for my Sheep. 2 more Flaffy, okay. I definitely want a Research here, but if we get a Cynthia's, it wouldn't be terrible. I don't love it, though. I mean, you get to keep the Sheep. Like, that's like the part about it that's like not terrible, to be honest. We do get to keep the Sheep. I don't mind keeping Sheep. We can actually like set up for, because our opponent whiffed the turn 1. We can actually set up for a Terra Spark, to be honest. Curious Tail. I'll grab... Yeah, I'll grab the Choice Belt. I guess we'll just set up the... Dude. And I think we just end turn. We're just passing. We got a pretty good follow-up here. Probably to bench a second Reshiram. Quick Ultra Ball, not Quick Ball. Ultra Ball away the Choice Belt plus the top deck. And then... grab ourselves another Mareep. Try and attack with the Lecky, which we do need a little bit to make that play happen, but definitely possible to pull off. Looks like my opponent still has like a pretty slow hand. Another Primate Wisdom is the first action for the turn. That is, I mean, not a good sign for my opponent. There's the research though. They got something cooking, and they didn't lose too much there. The big charm would have been nice to keep, I'm sure. But he's losing the Choice Belt and Luminian. I mean, the Choice Belt's not gonna help at all in this matchup. We don't play any V Pokemon. So yeah, the big charm is good for us to see go, because that means they won't have that for their Reshiram, or not their Reshiram, their Arceus. We have the Reshiram. They won't have it for their Arceus, which is good for us. For sure. Definitely don't mind seeing that go down, to be honest. And I'm sure they play Charon. Ooh, the capture energy to the Guru. My opponent's actually really struggling out here to find themselves an Arceus. The capture to the Guru is how they're going to have to find it. That is not ideal at all. Let me tell you, there's the Arceus, but not in the way they want to find it. I actually might attach the Choice Belt. Because of how slow my opponent's turn is going, I almost like... Well, I definitely want to bench a Reshiram. Also the Flaffy. I'll throw down the Choice Belt. Because it's possible I get into a scenario actually where my boss stalls a Reshiram. Like, I feel that's like coming up. Almost, you know? My opponent is having such a slow start. I feel like that could be happening. Okay, we got the knockout here. That's actually huge. I didn't think we were going to get it, to be honest. And I was like fine with whiffing as well. Because if we're not drawing prize cards, it's fine if our opponent's not drawing prize cards, to be honest. But I can definitely see this flipping. So my opponent could just like boss a Reshiram, and to be honest, we're gonna be stuck. But I'm like kind of okay with that. Like, I don't think it's that bad if we're stuck, because we can just kind of wait and start to build up our board. And once our opponent finally draws a prize card, it's not like they can set up to this board state where it's like, oh my gosh, we can't win anymore. They don't really have that potential. I always go to click my next prize card. They don't really have that potential to set up to a board state that is like where we just can't make a comeback. We're like, oh my gosh, we just lose the game. They can't really do that. We'll kind of sit here and match them and just kind of wait, and then eventually they'll have to take a knockout, because we'll eventually build up a Reshiram that can attack. So they can't sit there for forever. They could sit here for a little while, though, to be honest. Could sit for a little while, but I'm feeling pretty good about our current situation, to be honest. I'm feeling pretty good. And the Marnie is actually super nice here. I mean, it's not a boss. The biggest thing is that is not a boss for my opponent. So we get ourselves, though. The research is nice. The boss in this matchup, to be honest, I don't think we're going to need to boss. I don't think we're going to need to boss. One thing I guess I'm a little bit worried about is we do only play 2 fire energy. One of them is stuck on this Regieleki right now. But we could just keep attacking with the Regieleki until our opponent knocks it out. I think at some point they're going to have to be like, okay, I can't let the thing keep attacking me. They did find themselves an Arceus, and it is still possible for them to actually use the Trinity Charge from the Arceus V this turn through the Star Birth. They had to get a new Arceus into the active. They do risk that Arceus getting KO'd. But I feel like in their shoes, attacking is better than not attacking. We'll see how they feel about it, though. See if they feel the same way or not. Like they should be attacking this turn or not. And like I said, we can just kind of chill. I'm going to just kind of chill. We might even retreat to our Mew and just pass. With that in the active, it's very possible we don't attack this turn. Very, very possible. Especially, like I said, with that, we only have 1 fire left. So we have to like find it, get in the discard pile, which can be a little bit difficult. They did grab this Arceus off the quick ball, though. So I think they might be doing what I just mentioned. They might be going for the Trinity. Yeah, I forget, what is it called? Trinity Charge. Forgetting what it's called. They might be going for the Trinity Charge here. We'll see. Air Balloon to the active. And that means there can't be a big charm there. I know it has, well, I guess it has 40 damage on it anyway, so it wouldn't matter if they put a big charm there, to be honest. Even like a Static Shock, actually, to be honest, would be like fine into a fresh Arceus, to be honest, because that would mean they can't Big Charm and then V. So I could even just go with the Static Shock here and start loading up my Reshirams, to be honest. Because that would mean if they KO this one with the Choice Belt, I could still KO with 270 if they don't go get the Big Charm. So, yeah, they didn't actually have to use their V-Star power throughout all this. So that's pretty good for them, to be honest. I thought we would have them like that. I thought we could like get things. Yeah, but they didn't actually use their V-Star power throughout all this. I thought we were gonna force it out of them there. Turns out not quite able to force it out of them. They're doing just fine. And oh wait, are they using it? They might be using it right now, actually. I thought they didn't. I don't see why they would need to use it. What are they after here? That's weird to me. That's a little strange. It really felt like they didn't need to use it there, and then they weren't using it, but now it looks like they're using it. Yeah, I might just do Static Shock for 20 here to set this Arceus V up to get KO'd through a Choice Belted Reshiram. Yeah, they went for it. Okay. Okay, Manaphy, I can't snipe the bench. All right, I didn't plan that to make that part of my game plan anymore, to be honest. I guess they were afraid of me getting off a Terra Spark to KO the Bidoof, but couldn't they just have evolved? They could have just evolved the Bidoof. Maybe they're out of B-Barrel. There's like one is in the discard pile there. They might be out of B-Barrel. And yeah, there's a Trinity Charge. The Arceus is set up. Compact is Cynthia's Ambition, but I just want to see some cards. Go ahead and give up the Lecky. Because I am going to Punchy Active for 20 here. I think I'm just going to thin out the other Mew. I like the idea of keeping everything else around. And then just go with the Research. We do lose a boss as well, but we have one more of those left if we should need it. Not something we definitely need, but the option of it is nice. Well, I'm definitely going to do this. Dynamotor. A Reshiram. They don't have their ability anymore, so it's very possible they actually whiff. It's very possible they actually whiff like a boss. Like if they had their Star Breath, I'd be like, okay, they have the boss. But they don't have Star Breath anymore, so I do want to play this Ultra Ball, but I just don't know what I'd Ultra Ball away. Get another Flaffy and play to accelerate another energy. Or I could give the Energy Search plus the Research, but I don't want to run out of draw supporters should we start to get Marnied. That's what I'm thinking. So I think we can hold off on getting the Flaffy this turn and maybe look for it next turn. But then where do I attach this energy? I should definitely attach this somewhere. So we're gonna go there. And Static Shock. Yeah, it's fine. I think it's fine. I shouldn't have played the Energy Search there. I just kind of want to get a look at the deck. I didn't really track my prize cards or anything super important early on, but I probably shouldn't have done that. I could have Ultra Balled away the Fire and the Energy Search there, to be honest, to get the... Maybe I should have done that. The Energy Search gets me the other Dark Energy, though, if I need it. So that's what I was thinking with that. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what my opponent knocks out here. See what we can get in response. I'm pretty confident we can get pretty much anything we want next turn if our hand stays the way it is. So I'm pretty confident about that. But we'll see what my opponent's got in store for us. Another Arceus coming down. Water Energy to the active. So it looks like the active is going to be the move. There's a Research. That's not a boss. My opponent doesn't even look for it either. They could have B-barreled there for quite a few. Yeah, they could have B-barreled for quite a few cards there. Shows no barrel was the move. I don't know. The B-barrel seemed pretty good to me. The boss just seems really good there. Remove my potential Choice Belt from play. Even if it doesn't affect this first Arceus, which it looks like it might not affect this first Arceus. It not affecting your next Arceus could be a big deal. So I think my opponent may be a little bit of a mistake there, to be honest. I think they could have been a little bit safer. Ooh, the Collapse. Ooh, the Collapse Stadium would have been annoying there. My opponent instead chooses to discard it. I guess they're really valuing everything on their side of the field. But to be honest, that would have been really good for my opponent to play there, I think. I think my opponent definitely makes a little bit of a misstep there with that. It definitely would have been pretty good to play. That would have been annoying. That would have been... I'd be like, what do we do? What do we do? I mean, it wouldn't be that bad, but like, it would definitely be annoying. Okay, there's the KO. Now, I do want to attack with this one. My energy's in a little bit awkward of a situation for this play. Maybe I should have Flaffy to the one with the choice belt and put the Dark Energy on this one. But we can see what we draw off the Cynthia's Ambition. We'll see what our top deck gives us. And we can always attack with that one anyways. Huh. So we always have the attack in hand. We have a Fire Energy in the discard pile. And I think I am getting rid of this research here. I definitely want to keep around the other Reshiram. I want to hold energy as well, because we want to attack with this one to keep the choice belt around and relevant. So I'm just going to draw with the Cynthia's Ambition first because of that. I'd only get like +1 card. We did not find a stadium. So... and no stadium there, actually. That's pretty big. A Pokegear for the next turn, maybe. Go ahead and Dynamotor. We do play 4 of those stadiums. We do play 4 of those stadiums. I doubt they play Tool Scrapper, so to be honest, playing the choice belt here probably isn't that big of a risk, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw it. I've run into a problem with that. I'll be kicking myself later a little bit, maybe, but we'll be okay. 300. Yeah, couldn't have set this one up. Couldn't have set this one up. I maybe should have done my energy differently there. Put the Dark Energy over here. The Lightning over there. I could have ran into the same problem, though, I guess. Actually, I would have ran into a problem where if they had targeted that one, I wouldn't be able to attack. But I don't know. I guess they probably weren't going to target either of them either way. I don't know. I don't know. Ended up being okay in this situation. Arceus again to the active from my opponent. Can we find... we have 4 stadiums, by the way. We play 4 of them. They're in there. I think we're probably going to go with a research here on the next turn. We can, like, Ordinary Rod. We can recover basically anything I'd want. Maybe we want to go with a Lecky to have around as an option. I think I do like the idea of a Lecky, so we could, like, Ultra Ball away the Medicham. I don't really need... I could Ultra Ball away a Dark Energy. What are we getting off the Ultra Ball? I want to recover a Dark Energy is what I'm thinking. Recover 2 Dark Energy, because the Lightnings and Fires, those are ones we can just kind of recover. Yeah, what am I getting off the Ultra? I'm not really going to get anything. I don't know what's left on my deck, to be honest. We'll figure it out. But, yeah, I'll definitely Ultra Ball it. Grab something. I don't know what I'm going to grab. We're going to grab something, though. We'll figure it out. Yeah, probably going to grab the Reshiram. Reshiram and something. Reshiram, Dark Energy. Dark Energy? Probably nothing else. Ultra Ball away one of the Dark Energies out of the hand, so that will be something we recover. Yeah, that'll be fine. Unsparse. Yeah, makes sense. Don't want to be weak to fighting. E-Barrel for a few more. Here comes the Evolution Incense. I guess we could get Marnied here, and that would be... Did they already play a supporter? And I wasn't even paying attention, to be honest. I don't know if they did or didn't. All I know is we're knocking out this next Arceus. Well, as long as we can find a stadium. But the chance of us not finding a stadium... so low. I might even use Mew before I research, to be honest. Why'd they bench Dunsparce? I guess they're trying to draw more cards with B-Barrel. I was like, wait a second. Why is there a Dunsparce on the bench here, actually? It didn't make any sense to me for a second there. I was like, that shouldn't be there. I feel like that shouldn't be there. But no, it makes sense. It makes sense. Draw more cards with the B-Barrel. I'm focusing way too much on what I'm trying to do on my next turn. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing on my next turn. But we're making progress here. Yeah, I might just try and Mew first, just to take an item card out of the deck. So I have that many less cards in my deck that are not stadiums. So that hopefully leads to us getting this thing set up and attacking. Set up Mew. I said Moy. Quick Ball, okay. So I don't think I need Medicham in this game. Give it up. Grab Sheep. All those 2. Grab a Flaffy. I think I'd rather have the Moltres in the deck as an option. Let's go all here. I have 2 stadiums. Okay, I don't have that many stadiums. We did prize 2 stadiums, and there are 2 in my last 3 prize cards. So that's a little bit unfortunate, I feel like. Mysterious Tail, see if we can find an item card that I don't want in the deck anymore. Did find ourselves a Quick Ball or a Choice Belt. I could thin out that Quick Ball of Flaffy. Thin out the Moltres. Oh no, I didn't discard the Dark Energy. Oops. I was supposed to discard the Dark Energy, wasn't I? Completely slipped my mind here. Okay, Ordinary Rod. Reshiram, Dark Energy. Leave the Double Fires, leave the Lightning. And I did say I wanted a Regieleki, right? Okay, sounds good. Okay, let's get ourselves one of these stadiums, please. Please, I said please. Means you gotta hook me up. Okay, hooks me up with both stadiums. About time. It's about time. Lightning to the Reshiram. Magma Basin to the Reshiram. And then I got 2 Dark Energy in hand. I'm gonna hold those for now. I'm gonna hold everything, I think. I might bench the... No, I think we just swing here. Yeah, Amazing Blaze. For the KO. I could have benched the Lecky there, to be honest. Maybe, I think I should have benched the Lecky there. All right, 2 prize cards, Air Balloon, Magma Basin. I was actually getting a little bit worried. Like, in my head, I was thinking, what if they just, like, start bossing my Flaffies? But we did get the Air Balloon, so I don't think it's going to be a problem. I was like, what if they just start bossing Flaffies? Like, what if they just start bossing Flaffies? I was like, I could be in trouble if they just start bossing Flaffies. I probably should have benched the Regieleki, to be honest, because I might need that as an attacker, I feel like. I don't know. I have to KO my active here, obviously, and I do have a Choice Belt left. 2 basic dark, but if they Marnie here, I think it's very possible I just won't see the cards I need to see. Of course, they need to find their Marnie. I don't know how many Marnie they play. They probably don't play a whole ton. Like my list of this, I think only plays 2. Don't really need a whole ton, to be honest. So I wouldn't be surprised if they don't play very many Marnie at all. Yeah, there's a research. Every time I've like been like, all right, they could do this supporter card. They've always just been like, all right, research. I'm like, all right, that's cool, I guess. Yeah, every time I've been like, yo, I could be kind of screwed here if they play this supporter card. And my opponent's always just like, all right, what about research? I'm like, all right, I guess that's fine. I'm fine. Well, I'm fine with it. Apparently my opponent is fine enough with it to actually play it as well, to play that down. So it works out here for me. It works out for my opponent, apparently. Oh, wait, Charon and Ultra Ball. They don't have much left to work with, to be honest. 7 cards in deck, 4 card hand, and we've been able to execute our game plan pretty cleanly in this one, of course. They weren't ever able to get a big charm in play. I have no idea how many big charm they play. And then, I mean, we one-hit KO stuff, so the Charon, they haven't been able to actually use the Charons. We kind of did that little poke damage early with Regieleki. But it's really hard to want to use Charon in those early turns like that when they're trying to set up. So they weren't able to heal off any of that little poke damage. And then we started coming in with the 270s, which was enough because of the poke damage. But we had Choice Belts to back it up as well. So we really had like the whole shebang, to be honest. We had all the options throughout it. Whatever we needed, we've kind of had. It's a little bit of a slow start from my opponent. I mean, but that's what we kind of need sometimes with this deck. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes you gotta kind of hope your opponent draws us a little bit slow, because we are not the fastest deck in the world all the time. And there's just a pass from my opponent. What is our top deck? Energy Search, but here we go. Magma Basin to the bench, attached to the bench. I guess I could have also bossed, but we're going with the retreat route. We're going with that 300 to close it out, and don't give my opponent that free prize cards. And yeah, I get not another dub. We did lose to the Dragonpult. Thankfully, we did not play against 2 Dragonpults, but we get the dub over the Arceus in this one. It's gonna do it for the games with the Amazing Rare Reshiram. Finally, the Amazing Rares getting a little more and more playable. I guess Raikou kind of got hurt by the Manaphy release, but if no one's playing the Manaphy, Manaphy's not everywhere. I haven't seen it that many decks. So the Amazing Rares, I'm definitely going to be exploring a couple of the other ones. Reshiram, huge boost in the Magma Basin, but definitely potentially some some stuff to be figured out with the other ones as well. So I'll be coming at you guys with some videos with the other amazing rares. But anyways, if you enjoyed this one, give it a like, enjoy the content, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell. See you tomorrow.